The Breeze Blows Pinellia 2 full channel evaluations hit another high. Zhao Liying has a decent vision this time and picked a decent show. The ongoing gathering representation show Wind Blowing Pinellia has arrived at another high in two-fold channel appraisals. Among them, Zhejiang Satellite Television once rose to 0.67, Jiangsu Satellite Television followed intently, and the most noteworthy pinnacle was 0.42. Satellite television positioned first with basically no adversaries. It's simply that the great times don't keep going long. With the send-off of CCTV's highly watched District Party Advisory Group compound and the unabated ubiquity of the long waterway of the world which has proactively completed its finale, the evaluations of Wind Blowing Pinellia under the assault of left and right are rapidly rising. Luckily, the downfall was not exceptionally huge, it actually dominates the satellite television. I accept that many individuals will focus on this show, generally due to the main entertainers like Zhao Liying and Huo Hao. Yet, the motivation behind why chubby young lady pursues this show is that she is more keen on the salvaged material reusing industry that Subangsha is taken part in. All things considered, there have been not many courageous women in that frame of mind before who do this sort of waste assortment business. Albeit in the impression of normal individuals, the standing of this industry isn't generally excellent, yet the benefits are entirely significant. Simply check out The Breeze Blows Pinellia. Subangsha, played by Zhao Liying, can go from a little reusing receptacle to a rich lady who can bear upping to the business elder sibling Wu Jianxin in only a couple of years, and you know its advantages place. Frankly, salvaged material reusing was for sure a beneficial industry around then. Particularly in the waterfront regions with global cargo terminals, for example, Guangdong, Fujian, Jiangsu, Zhejiang and Tianjin, one might say that endlessly destroying handling plants blossomed wherever a long time back, and every one of them brought in sufficient cash. And yet, there is likewise a typical issue in these little manufacturing plants, that is to say, the contamination to the climate is intense. Among them, scrap steel is okay, however in the event that there is electronic waste, a legitimate town will be destroyed. I recall that there was a plot in the initial not many episodes of The Breeze Blowing Pinellia, in which Tong Xiaoqi, played by Huo Hao, covertly drove a motorcade to dump motor oil into the salt marsh to assist Subangsha with marking the agreement, so the whole salt marsh was contaminated. The home they relied upon for endurance was annihilated, and the locals cried and snatched the land. Subangsha realized who got it done, however he expressed nothing at that point, and just paid more pay a short time later. Truth be told, from the plot of The Breeze Blows Pinellia, we can see that Subangsha is certainly not a totally honest individual. All things considered, in this industry, a lot of soul can't be blended. It is likewise a result of this plot that chubby young lady started to be keen on Subangsha, yet as the story progressively created, Subangsha's personality configuration before long uncovered a few irregularities. For instance, later, Subangsha went toward the Upper East alone to purchase hardware. At the point when she saw that the professionals and plants in the steel factory were undeniably compelled to lay off and their occupation was challenging to keep up with, she felt merciful for some time, and she demanded assisting with recording a claim, realizing that nothing remained to be finished. The hefty young lady felt a little off-kilter in this episode. Subangsha plainly needed to finish things at the earliest opportunity prior to leaving, so Xiao Chen could see the day when she succeeded. Be that as it may, after she went toward the Upper East, the criticalness of the matter out of nowhere disseminated. Regardless of whether Zhao Lei called in a steady progression to remind her, she simply didn't return absurd. In the event that Subangsha would be so lenient and foolish in getting things done, she ought to have abandoned marking the agreement as soon as when the salt marsh was annihilated by Tong Xiaoqi, and guaranteed the town boss to re-establish the salt marsh, and afterward contend transparently and unequivocally. Since there was nobody toward the start, it is immense that later, for the alleged remuneration brain science, he was outfitted for this gathering of laborers who had never met, and even nearly passed on. Accordingly, toward the start of The Breeze Blows Pinellia, it is smarter to straightforwardly call attention to that after Subangsha figured out the justification for the aggravation of these laid-off specialists and professionals, he eagerly assisted, fully intent on removing them. Along these lines, despite the fact that Subangsha's motivation was not for the most part good toward the start, it is more fascinating to repeat her characters to and fro, on the grounds that she is definitely not a White Lotus champion. In any case, having said that, despite the fact that there are such little inconsistencies in this show, it looks awesome generally. No matter what the climate of the period show or the method of influence, it has placed a ton of thought into it. Likewise, as far as the profundity of the business, it has for sure elaborated a great deal in the open and in obscurity. To put it obtusely, there should be some over the passing line. Zhao Liying has a decent vision this time, and contrasted and previously, she truly picked a decent show. 02. Lehua is otherwise called Wang Yibo's organization. Seeing Wang Yibo's photograph, all Lehua craftsmen bowed together. At times, when a craftsman truly becomes famous, he clearly doesn't show up in the significant shows, yet his name is all over. Despite the fact that Wang Yibo has for some time been well known, still a contrast between his being cooed by different specialists and being cooed by his own organization's craftsmen. Educator Zhang Ziyi said in a meeting that her family loves to watch road dance, and this is road dance is additionally called Wang Yibo's road dance show in her mouth. It very well may be seen that even in the diversion circle, Wang Yibo can as of now give need to the name of the show. For performers or passers-by in media outlets, Lehua diversion is otherwise called Wang Yibo's organization. At the point when all the organizations of the homegrown diversion group made a theatrical presentation called For Our Brilliance, a lot of obscure specialists from the organization were consolidated together, which appeared to be picking the general among the dwarfs. Frankly, aside from their own couple of fans, relatively few individuals watched this show. Netizens actually don't have any acquaintance with them. Be that as it may, all things considered, they are all from notable homegrown diversion offices. When different craftsmen confronted Lehua's specialists, they said then Wang Yibo's, and Lehua's craftsmen additionally yelled boisterously, "Indeed, our Wang Yibo organization." Frankly, Lehua, would you like to think about why others proclaimed that you are not the person who has something to do with Lehua? What's more, when the Lehua craftsman inquired as to whether he knew Wang Yibo, the manager turned the KFC pail in his grasp cheerfully, and there was a notice image of Wang Yibo on it. Simply seeing Wang Yibo imprinted on the barrel, the gathering of young ladies additionally stood upright, saying 1, 2, 3, Mr. Wang is great, and, surprisingly, bowed. Seeing such a scene, Wang Yibo's fans truly have an unbelievable inclination. I don't have the foggiest idea when it began. Wang Yibo has turned into a billboard of Lehua diversion. Referencing his name can make individuals in a flash consider his organization, and even specialists on Lehua organization can utilize Wang Yibo's name to mingle. Unique in relation to the brainless transformation of Wang Yibo's Wugan by Lehua craftsmen, they need to utilize their limited information focuses to challenge and adjust a tune that doesn't have anything to do to pass the time. It is altogether for Wang Yibo's notoriety. Salute. This time, the craftsman on Lehua's standard referenced Wang Yibo, in light of the fact that Wang Yibo is for sure Lehua's mark. Without referencing him, it is difficult to speak with the supervisor of the other organization. In the event that you need to say that Lehua is Wang Yibo's organization, nothing bad can really be said about it, yet Wang Yibo has no privileges in the organization, and is still a marked craftsman. Yet, this marked craftsman with an offer is the person who raised Lehua's craving and gave her the certainty to open up to the world about the outline. Lehua's economy is too subject to top specialists, and over 80% of its pay is produced by top craftsmen. Who is Lehua's top craftsman? Wang Yibo. Acquiring 1.083 billion income to the organization in 3 years, dealing with film teams and carrying on with work each day, this is the existence of the first-rate Wang Yibo. Furthermore, the manager Lehua is selling facial veils with recently marked Xiox and Rao on the web, and he is helping out other organization supervisors to send them to theatrical presentations. It's anything but a misrepresentation to say that the compensations of the craftsmen on Lehua are completely procured by Wang Yibo. While seeing Wang Yibo, it is sensible to bow. All things considered, this is the divine force of abundance of the whole organization. It's simply that Wang Yibo's organization Wang Yibo can't give orders.